Toni, when you make it, you can help us come on. So I always try to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life, and I never used to say it. But like a lot of people don't understand, my second bankruptcy is because I was sick. I have lupus, and my show in Vegas got canceled.
And the insurance wouldn't cover it.
The insurance didn't cover it, so I had to pay myself.
Yeah.
And so
that's a lot. That was a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to put up. So people don't understand. I said, if you see a concert, you see the lights, you see the band on stage, the artist pays for all that. The hotel rooms, the salary. So then you have nothing.
What if the betrayal didn't come from outside the family, but from within it? Because according to what's now shaking fans, this wasn't a misunderstanding or messy reality TV drama. It was allegedly a calculated setup, intentional, quiet, and exposed at the worst possible moment. And when the truth surfaced, it reportedly left Toni Braxton in tears, caught between loyalty, shock, and a realization she never expected to face in public. According to claims circulating online, Birdman didn't just speak out. He revealed what he says was a behind-the-scenes scheme involving Tamar Braxton. What stunned fans wasn't how loud it was, but how carefully it was allegedly planned. A setup only works when trust already exists, when someone never thinks they need to protect themselves. And the most devastating part of all of this wasn't the accusation itself. It was who stood in the middle of it. Toni wasn't just reacting as a sister. She was reacting as someone who believed family drama had limits, someone who thought certain lines would never be crossed. According to people close to the situation, when Birdman began laying out timelines, conversations, and motives, it didn't spark anger first. It sparked grief, because betrayal wrapped in family loyalty doesn't explode. It breaks you slowly. Fans aren't reacting only to what Birdman alleged. They're reacting to Toni's emotional response. Tears don't come from confusion alone. They come from recognition, from realizing that something you defended may not have been what you believed it was. And once that realization hits, there's no unseeing it. Birdman's claim isn't about a heated argument or cross wires. It's about intent. He alleges the situation wasn't accidental or emotional, but positioned in advance, planned in a way that relied on trust already being in place. According to his version, conversations happened off camera, expectations were quietly set, information selectively shared, and when everything finally surfaced, the optics made him look like the problem while the planning stayed hidden. In his telling, what the public saw was never the full story. It was a result of a process that had already been decided. This is where Tamar enters the accusation in a way that stunned fans. Birdman claimed she wasn't reacting in the moment. She was directing it. That she knew how the situation would unfold, how it would be received, and how it would position everyone involved. Whether people believe him or not, what shook audiences was a level of detail he claimed to have. Details that suggested forethought rather than emotion. But again, the most painful impact landed on Toni. According to those close to the situation, Toni didn't grasp the full scope of what was being alleged until Birdman connected dots she hadn't considered. And that's when the tears came, not from embarrassment, but from realization. Realization that something she may have instinctively defended now looked different when viewed as part of a larger pattern. His accusation reframed the entire conflict. It turned chaos into choreography. And when chaos turns out to be choreographed, the damage multiplies. It means people weren't just hurt. They were used to create an outcome that benefited one side while others absorbed the fallout publicly. This is why fans say this goes beyond a single argument or feud. If this truly was a setup, then the loudest moments were never the truth. They were the result. The Real story lived quietly underneath, waiting for the wrong person to finally speak. What made Toni's reaction so powerful is who she has always been. The stabilizer, the mediator, the emotional anchor of the family. She isn't known for public breakdowns. So when she broke down, fans felt something deeper had landed. Not drama, but recognition. She didn't rush to deny anything. She didn't jump into defense mode. She processed. And processing in silence often means replaying moments, re-examining conversations, and questioning loyalty. Fans also noticed her emotion wasn't performative. There was no attempt to redirect attention or control the narrative. It felt raw, and raw emotion from someone so composed signals that something serious has shifted. Now, fans aren't just questioning Tamar. They are questioning the entire family dynamic. According to many, Birdman didn't just expose one incident. He exposed a mechanism, how conflict is framed, how blame is redirected, and how one person often ends up carrying the weight while the family narrative stays protected. Toni's reaction looked like recognition of that pattern in real time. Not confirmation, but awareness. Some fans believe her tears weren't about choosing sides. They were about realizing she may have unknowingly shielded behavior she never truly agreed with. That her instinct to protect family unity may have served as emotional cover. Another reason this hit so hard is that Birdman's language, setup, positioning, already decided, mirrored things former partners and insiders have hinted at for years. To many, it didn't sound random. It sounded like someone finally naming what others only implied. And the timing raised questions too. Why now, after so much silence? Fans think it reflects exhaustion rather than strategy, the kind that comes from watching one version of events go unchallenged for too long. At this point, the story has moved past whether Birdman is right or wrong. The deeper question is, how many conflicts were shaped before the public ever saw them? That question forces people to re-watch old moments, old arguments, and old breakdowns through a different lens. And that's why this feels heavier than past family drama. It threatens the foundation of a narrative people thought they understood. For years, the Braxton story has been about resilience, unity, and loyalty at any cost. But loyalty becomes complicated when it protects something you didn't fully understand. And that tension was written all over Toni's face. Her silence afterward spoke louder than any statement. She didn't rush to defend Tamar. She didn't dismiss Birdman. She withdrew, and withdrawal often signals reevaluation, when someone has to sit with the possibility that family loyalty has crossed into something more complicated. This is where the story truly shifted. It stopped being about who was right and started being about how power works inside the family, who shapes the narrative and who absorbs the emotional cost. By now, the accusation didn't even need proof to feel serious. The emotional fallout was proof enough. When someone as composed as Toni Braxton breaks down quietly, it tells you something fundamental has been shaken, not just trust between people, but trust in the story itself. Fans aren't waiting for clarification anymore. They are watching behavior. Who speaks? Who stays silent? Who distances themselves? Because when narratives are strong, they are defended immediately. When they are shaken, people pause, and that pause is loud. So now the question is yours. Do you believe this was a genuine setup, or a painful misunderstanding that spiraled too far? Did Toni's reaction confirm something fans have long suspected? Or was it simply the weight of being caught between love and loyalty? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep it thoughtful, not hateful. If this breakdown helped you see the deeper layers behind the headlines, like the video and share it. And subscribe for more long-form breakdowns that explore patterns, power, and what happens when loyalty collides with reality. Because sometimes the most revealing moment isn't what's exposed. It's what someone feels when the truth finally lands.